This is our project on photovoltaic solar cells. Sounds complicated, but what is it? Let's break it down. Photovoltaic is an adjective meaning relating to the production of electric currents at the junction of two substances exposed to light. Breaking down photovoltaic even more, the prefix photo is defined as meaning light, and voltaic means noding or pertaining to electricity or electric currents. The purpose of photovoltaic solar cells is to capture energy from the sun and convert it directly into energy. PV cells are often found in solar panels. Solar panels are literally rows of PV cells arranged in an array, usually located in fields, roofs, or other areas exposed to open sunlight. So, why are PV cells renewable? PV cells are non depletable resources, meaning that the source could never be used up. Other resources can potentially be renewable, meaning that they are renewable as long as they aren't over harvested, such as timber and biofuel. Unlike the two resources mentioned, there is no possible way that sunlight can be used up. The amount of sunlight available tomorrow isn't dependent upon how much of it we use today. So, how is it converted into electricity? To turn photovoltaic solar cells into electricity, there's an inverter that converts sunlight into direct current power, which then turns it into alternating current power that a house is able to use to power itself. The excess power that isn't used is stored into an electrical grid box, then traveling to the home's breaker box to outlets in the home. What are some advantages of PV solar cells? There might be some speculation on just how reliable energy from PV solar cells really are, but they are energy efficient and provide amazing amounts of energy as well. For those cloudy days that do not provide a lot of sunshine, their energy is able to be stored away for later use. Only about 12 to 20% of sunlight is used for PV cells to operate at a maximum potential. And even though the cells are constantly using sunlight to provide light and energy, the sun is a non depletable source, meaning that no matter how much of the sun is used today, it won't affect how much is available tomorrow. Also, after the PV cells are set up into solar panels and ready for use, there is no more extraction of fossil fuels and no more pollution being added to the environment. So, what are the disadvantages of photovoltaic solar cells? Some disadvantages of solar panels powered by PV cells is the initial expense of the project. In order to make the panels, large amounts of metals have to be extracted from the ground and then made into panels themselves. The factories that use these panels are usually made and ran by fossil fuels. The insurance on these solar panels are exceptionally high as well due to their fragility. There has not yet been a way discovered to recycle the panels, meaning that when they are broken or no longer in use, they are just thrown away. The most important disadvantage is that the places that the panels can be placed are geographically limiting. The panels can't be in heavily forested areas because they need access to sunlight, which means they can't be in areas that are especially cloudy or areas that have high levels of precipitation either. So, where are they located? As shown on the map, solar devices can be found mostly on the west and east coast, and with a small amount spread out through the Midwest. These locations are where they are exposed to an abundant amount of sunlight. Where do we see this technology being used in the United States? Some examples of the places where we can see the solar energy technology are the Desert Sunlight Center solar farms, were developed by First Solar in the Desert Center, California. These two PV stations, Sunlight 250 and Sunlight 300, generate up to 550 megawatts of sunlight collectively. The Solana Solar Project, developed by Abengoa, is operating from from Gila Bend, Arizona. The station is located near Phoenix and it provides power to approximately 70,000 residents in the state. Sun Energy One is a solar energy company in Bethel, North Carolina. With more than 500 megawatts of solar projects already online, Sun Energy One has another 2,000 megawatts of additional projects in various stages of development along the East Coast. All right, that's it. That's all we have for today.